Hello, it's me, Boo, and I'm back to talk about a trio of fragrances I was really excited that just got launched and got a hold of a few samples. I think from Lucky Scents. I'm not sure. Anyway, these are by Killian, which is one of my favorite perfume houses. Love Don't Be Shy is one of my husband's absolute favorites on me, and Back to Black is one of my favorites. And I also am in love with and have Amber Oud. Oh, yeah, I really like that one. And then when I bought the Amber Oud, I bought the little travel bottles. The gal on eBay I bought it from, she accidentally sent me Pure Oud, and so I was debating whether just to keep them and not tell her, don't worry about it. We'll just, keep it the same. And I smelled them and I really liked them. But I couldn't get the amber oud out of my head. And besides, she had sold that to somebody else or something. So I did have to send them back. But I did get a very nice chance to take a whiff. And I even told her, I dabbed a little on, wore it around. Truth is, I did it a few times. But anyway, I just figured that was the price she had to pay for getting me my fragrances late. I'm awful, I just tell you, I'm just terrible. So anyway, these are by Killian, and these are in the white bottles, In the City of Sin, Forbidden Games, and Good Girls Gone Bad, or Good Girl Gone Bad. And so super excited to get my hands on these. Here's my disappointed face. So, start with In the City of Sin. I'll tell you what's in it, and I'll just tell you what my smell-o-vision is on it. This is a new fragrance launched this year. Top notes are bergamot, pink pepper, and Guatemalan cardamom. Middle notes are apricot, plum, Turkish rose, and incense. Base notes are atlas, cedar, and patchouli. And I wish I smelled all of that. Some people say it's similar to Trey by Neela Vermeer Creations. Anyway, all of the notes in there make it sound really enticing, and I was really excited about putting my nose in these, but In the City of Sin is kind of aptly named, if you ask my opinion, because what I picture when I smell this is, okay, this isn't the worst one that I've come out with. I don't know why it's so hard for me to say. I guess trying to figure out the nicest term. It smells like an old makeup drawer in a house of ill repute. It smells kind of like one of the busier girls' makeup drawer. So I don't know about In the City of Sin, but In the City of a Sinful Bathroom, yeah, I definitely get that. Do I like it? No, I don't. It's projection. Of course, why is it always the ones that I dislike the most always have, the best projections in a house? Its projection is pretty good. Its longevity is good. It's hard for me to even wash it off. I've worn these around for several days now, really trying hard to fall in love. And one of them I'm okay with, and the other two, they're just not for me. For one thing, they're too girly, and I like some heavy wood notes in my fragrances, some spices, something to make me, walk a little stronger in my shoes. I don't want something that makes me feel fragile and vulnerable. And I'm just not into the heavy floral, white florals especially, real girly fragrances for the most part. There's a few exceptions, but for the most part, that's my rule. The other one that I don't much care for is Good Girl Gone Bad. and it's listed as a floral fruity fragrance. And these were all launched at the same time. Top notes are jasmine, osmanthus, and May rose. Middle notes are Indian tuberose and narcissus. Base notes are amber and cedar. Excuse me one second. I just, we had a bunch of fires where I live, and then as soon as the fires and the smoke died down that was around for weeks, then we had tons of wind, and the dust in the air has just been crazy bad. And now that that's settled down, I don't know. There's something else in the air that's making me kind of throaty, so I apologize for, you know, the throat thing. But anyway, the Good Girl Gone Bad, in my opinion, is really heavy tuberose. Not my thing. I just am not. Now, there's some of you out there that I've talked to back and forth in comments and emails that have told me how much you love it. You guys should totally check this out. It's just not for my personality and me. It's, in fact, when I scrubbed it off, like the second or third time, because I'll wear them around for 6 hours, 8 hours. And if they're still lingering around and I'm just sick of them, I've got to start washing them off. And when I washed off A Good Girl Gone Bad, it really reminded me, because it was still there. I mean, the longevity on this thing is intense on Good Girl Gone Bad. Projection and sillage are pretty good. Yeah, unfortunately, the ones I don't like. But this reminds me, my smell-o-vision, I know I'm my thought process is I'm jumping all over the place. I had a crazy week already. Anyway, this reminds me of being in that same house of ill repute, but instead of being in the bathroom this time, you're more in the foyer where there's a bouquet of flowers right there. So it doesn't have quite the skanky, janky, flanky kind of a smell that In the City of Sin has. But it's there. It's in the background. And I don't know, maybe that to me is just some of the florals that I interpret as being kind of puderish, you know. A little on the, you know, petals of punani or gardenia kind of a aura to them. And I'm not sure why that is. I don't know why that is, and I apologize if I offend anybody, but that is what it smells like to me. It smells like it's still in that house of ill repute, but you're right next to a big, hearty bouquet of flowers that one of the Johns has fallen in love with one of the girls, probably the girl that has the old makeup drawer up in the bathroom, and he is now courting her and bringing her flowers every day, and it's really starting to fill the room, but not my thing. The last one I keep going back and forth with Forbidden Games. It still has kind of a makeup smell. Now, it doesn't have that skanky smell that the other two have, but and it's a little more woods in the dry down. Did I tell you what was in? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. There's a little more woods in the dry down on Forbidden Games, but it's really weird. It's like this weird onion kind of a layering of fragrances, because when I first smell it, I get some tartness, not really citrus tart, but more of a floral tart, almost a sour note. And then once you smell it for a little while longer, then you kind of get some of the foodie fragrance, foodie notes in there. It's like there's some vanillas and I don't know, not chocolate, maybe chocolate, I don't know, but some kind of vanillas in there too. And then you smell it again and you'll get a little bit of woods. but nothing really blends well. It's all like this weird layer. It's like I smell it quick, I get that sour tart smell, and if I smell it a little longer, I'll get kind of the vanillas and a little more gourmand. And then if I smell it longer, a little bit of cedar residue is in there, and I like it, but no way is it anywhere close, or any of these, in my humble opinion, close to the Love Don't Be Shy's, the Back to Black, Amber Oud, Pure Oud. These aren't even in the same realm. The longevity on Forbidden Games is probably the worst of the three. And same with Projection and the Sillage. I think it's the lightest of the three. It's also probably, I would say, the most masculine, even though it's a foodie. The kind of in a nutshell, what I think is in my head, I think of In the City of Sin is kind of a slightly fruity, floral kind of a smell, and then Good Girl Gone Bad, heavy white floral smell, and then Forbidden Games, kind of a floral gourmandish kind of a smell. Had high hopes for all three of these, and I am really disappointed. And so that is my take on those three. I will not be buying a full bottle of any of them. None of them are really my thing. I mean, you know, Back to Black and Amber Oud and those, as soon as I sniffed them, it was like, I didn't have to wear them around for days to know that I was in love with them already. It took a matter of a couple of hours, maybe, a few hours before I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get me some of this. And with these three, I had to wear them around for days just so I could appreciate them a little bit, because my instant reaction was, ew, no, uh, never. So anyway, but if you're into heavy florals, if you're, somebody that really likes Champaca Absolute, the saffron aluminum, that kind of thing, you might really dig these, really dig them. But they're just not my thing. And I don't think they're very masculine. Some men would be able to pull them off, most definitely. But I think your average guy is going to be kind of turned off to them. So anyway, I hope you all have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, peace.